Well, it's that time of year where we cover up in our warmer clothing and eat all of the holiday goodies around the office and at home. Well, we typically see the number on the scale go up as well, but we have a guest this morning that is here to tell us that the holidays are no excuse to let your health go. The blender girl herself, Tess Masters, joins us now with some great Thanksgiving swaps. Tess, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Oh, that was hilarious. I know. We just love to indulge over the holidays, and I do too, you know, so I don't want to compromise on my health or on flavor. So here's some really easy, easy, healthy holiday swaps, and people will never know the difference. So much of the enjoyment of food is about the texture, right? I love creamy, rich, decadent kind of dishes. So one of my biggest discoveries of the year is this new macadamia milk from Suncoast Gold. So it's from Australia, so macadamias are indigenous to Australia, and so they're making milk out of it now. So it's totally swept the country. Everyone's switching from almond milk to macadamia milk. Why? Because it's not grainy in texture. It's incredibly creamy, just exactly like dairy milk, but it's so much healthier. So what I'm doing is I'm using a few different ingredients together to create these beautiful rich textures and flavors. So one of the other big ingredients I love is cauliflower. So cauliflower is really, really, low in calories, low in fat, but very high in fiber, lots of nutrients, antioxidants, and it adds a really creamy texture to dishes. So with soups, for example, so much of the soups that we love are full of dairy, cream, butter, things that really pack on the calories. So instead of using that, I'm using a whole head of cauliflower just with some onions and garlic. I sauteed it, simmered it, and then I used some macadamia milk and some macadamia nuts to add a really rich, nutty flavour and texture. So this tastes like it's got gobs of cream and butter, but people will never know the difference. So this is a really, really good tip. Another big one is bread and grains. So during the holidays, I love eating bread, but my goodness, after a week of it, you've put on 20 pounds. So a really good swap is making rice out of cauliflower. So all you do is you just chop up a head of cauliflower, throw it into the food processor with the S blade, pulse it, 3 or 4 seconds, and it turns into kind of like this couscous rice consistency. So you can roast that in the oven for 30 minutes or just use it raw. So what I've done here is it took me 5 minutes. I literally pulsed it, tossed it together with some cranberries, some macadamias, a little bit of oil, and some parsley. So beautiful, quick, easy 5-minute side dish. Another great side dish is vegetables. No one really gets all that excited about vegetables. So how do you make them really delicious and creamy? I'm using dips. Serve them with beautiful vegetable purees. So what I've done here is I've just done some sweet potato. I threw it into the food processor with some arugula, some garlic, some herbs, and I used the macadamia milk again. So it added a little bit of a nuttiness. People don't really know what the flavour is, but it just kind of makes it a little bit more interesting. Now, another thing is mashed potatoes. If there was an hour left on earth, I would spend it eating mashed potatoes. But typically, we're throwing the potatoes in with, gobs of cream and butter, half and half. I mean, that is just really, really fattening. So what I did was I just smashed some red skin potatoes really rustically with some macadamia oil, some vegetable broth, and the macadamia milk again. And then I just tossed it with some garlic and some, fresh herbs like chives and parsley. Beautiful presentation. So for dessert, we all love dessert. I think portion size is kind of a top tip. So I've made a beautiful dairy-free creme brulee with the macadamia milk, which is like so decadent in flavour because this tastes like ice cream. It's like ridiculous. So you can get it at Fry's. I found it at Fry's when I was there a couple of weeks ago. I was so excited. So this, I'm just serving in little teacups. So you're getting like 3 or 4 teaspoons, but not like an entire massive portion. So there's, lots of little tips and tricks that you can find. So if you want to learn more about the macadamia milk, you can go to macmilk.com.au and you can find all of these recipes there, and you can find more easy tips and recipes at theblendergirl.com.
Tess, you are amazing. I absolutely love your books. I use them year-round, and I love that you have given us some great swaps for Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
No, my pleasure. It's so great having you on this morning. Any last-minute tips you want to leave our viewers with this morning?
Have fun and enjoy your family. That's what the holidays are about, right? Communion and love and celebrating what you're grateful for. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh, Tess, thank you so much, and happy holidays to you.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Now, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more after this.